Welcome everybody to today's webinar, Optimizing Your Beauty from Within Formulations, OptiMSM, Collagen and Beyond. My name is Liz McNamara. I'm a Sales and Business Development Manager for Australia and New Zealand for Balchem. Today I'm joined by our experts, Jessica Arnoley and Rod Benjamin. Jessica and Rod will explore the latest trends and scientific advancements in the Beauty from Within category. Our goal is to offer you innovative solutions so you can formulate the next generation for products for hair, skin, and nails. By way of introduction, Jessica Arnoley is the Senior Marketing and Business Development Manager for Balchem. She holds a business school degree and an MBA from Essex Business School in France. Jessica is a marketing expert with over 10 years of international experience, specializing in both fast-moving consumer goods and business-to-business solutions. Her career has spanned the globe, where she has developed a comprehensive understanding of diverse markets. Today, Jessica is going to focus on the trends in beauty from within and why you should choose OptiMSM. Rodney Benjamin is the Director of R&D at Balchem Corporation. Rod has worked extensively with MSM since April 1997, and he holds degrees in both chemistry and business administration. Rod is also the inventor of numerous methylsulfonylmethane patents and is considered a subject matter expert on MSM, having delivered several interviews and technical presentations both domestically and internationally. You are welcome to submit questions through the Q&A function within Teams, and we will address these all at the end. Any questions that we don't have time for will be answered by email. The webinar is being recorded and will be available to view afterwards. I will just start with an introduction to who is Balchem. So Balchem was founded in 1967 and is a publicly listed company with head office in New Jersey in the United States. We have three business segments made up of human nutrition and health, which we are discussing today, animal nutrition and health, and specialty. And we have a team of 1,300 staff located around the world. Making the world a healthier place is our vision and what we're here for. And we do this by providing high quality and well-researched ingredients that provide solutions across the lifespan. These include Vitacholine, K2 Vital, Albion chelated minerals, Optifolin, and OptiMSM. And we hope to talk to you about these in the future. For now, I'm going to hand over to Jessica, and I look forward to seeing you later on for questions.
Thank you, Liz, and good morning and good night, everyone. So I'm Jessica. I'm a product manager for OptiMSM in the US, and I will cover some category trends for beauty from within and how OptiMSM fits within that space. Next slide, please. So what was very surprising to me is the scope of beauty from within today in the supplements industry. It started out pretty small and now it's really becoming mainstream. And why is that? 55% of US women today say they have consumed a vitamin, mineral, or supplement in the past 12 months to improve their appearance. So basically half of the US female population is using some type of beauty supplements. So this is a very big market. And this is a situation that we see across the globe in APAC as well as in Europe. 54% of these consumers also research ingredients to also understand their effectiveness, and they want to believe in science, they want research-backed ingredients, and we really believe that this is where OptiMSM is a great fit for those consumers. Next slide, please. So the beauty supplements market, as we've seen, is very big. Out of 2 women in the US are taking them. Over the course of 2019 to 2024, you can see that there's a very growth rate happening in the supplement launches. You had 800 launches of new products in 2019, and you have over 1,000 new products launched every year in this single category. So these beauty supplements are meeting a growing demand for holistic health with the idea that beauty is from the inside out. Of course, you can have creams, you can have serums, but you can also make your body work from within with the right nutrients to have this, glow from the inside. And this beauty supplement market was valued at 2.3 billion in 2018 and is predicted to reach 3.33 billion by 2026, which is a very, very significant category for us players in the nutraceutical space. The CAGR, so the growth rate from 2019 to 2026, is almost 5%, and we don't see any signs of slowing down so far. Next slide, please. So maybe we can try to find the roots of this success in the different views of women towards themselves, how they view beauty, how they view health, how they view wellness. So when you ask women how they perceive beauty, for them, the number one is looking healthy. So it's about, more than looking pretty, it's about looking healthy, looking that you have the right nutrients. It's also being comfortable in your own skin. And this is also a very important idea that now beauty is not only the outside, it's a holistic idea that nutrients go within your body, your diet, exercising, all of this is going to influence the way you look. And supplements are part of this routine. So beauty consumers are prioritizing health and wellness, and it has caused the definition of beauty to change, including the beauty from the inside out. So 43% and 32% of global consumers today select being comfortable in your own skin and embracing yourself as most important criteria, building their perception of beauty. And beauty supplements are going to be growing in part of their routine here. Next slide, please. The star of the show when it comes to beauty from within remains the collagen. So we've heard about the collagen boom about 5-7 years ago, and it shows no signs of slowing down. In terms of revenue, the collagen market has been growing at a double-digit CAGR over the years, expected to reach 2.1 billion by 2030. And what we're seeing is that a lot of those players are looking to differentiate themselves because a lot of collagen brands are existing and coexisting out there. We have a few examples here of collagen products featuring also OptiMSM, so you can combine both of them, and we're going to see that later with Rod. And it's a way to add novelty to a busy collagen market that is starting to be very, very crowded. Next slide, please. And collagen also is known as, the beauty protein. It is a protein and that consumers want to take to look good and feel good. And our research shows that almost 1/3 of consumers frequently using supplements to support their sports or active lifestyle also buy collagen supplements. So we can see that all this idea of well-being, taking care of yourself, and wanting to look good are very intertwined and correspond to a new idea of beauty that we support, of course, with the brand OptiMSM. Next slide, please. So I'm going to hand it over to Rod Benjamin, who is a world-renowned expert on OptiMSM and MSM. Just a quick reminder that the claims that we show in that presentation are mainly claims that we can make in the US. Please reach out to your distributor or your local, Balchem representative to check which claims you can use in your respective countries. Rod, over to you.
All right, thanks, Jessica. So let's start off with talking what is MSM, or methyl sulfonomethane. And it is a organic sulfur compound. By organic, I mean it contains carbon. Okay, so it's a sulfur, 2 double bonded oxygens, and it contains 2 methyl groups. It's 34% sulfur by weight, has been shown to be a source of sulfur and also a source of methyl groups. And we know that the supplementation with MSM has demonstrated advantages in joint and skin health, and also supports exercise recovery. It's a broad utility ingredient, and a lot of that comes down to its different mechanisms of action. Next slide, please. So as I mentioned, it's 34% sulfur by weight. So let's talk a little bit about sulfur. Sulfur is a mineral that's found in various foods, also in drinking water, and it plays multiple important roles in our nutrition. And so it plays a structural role in hair, skin, nails, building blocks of such things as collagen, dermatan sulfate, hyaluronic acid, but it also has a functional role as it helps to form and support glutathione metabolism, which is a major endogenous antioxidant within the body. And it also helps support, as Jessica alluded to, collagen. And our collagen density seems to decrease as we age. This is partially due to oxidative stress. So with OptiMSM supporting glutathione, that major antioxidant, it helps maintain an oxidative balance, which helps support collagen. But again, it also plays a structural role, which we'll talk a little bit more as we go through. But you can see circled in the diagram there, the sulfur-sulfur bond. Those disulfide bonds play a very important role in the structural integrity of collagen. Next slide, please. So MSM is naturally present in food. The highest natural occurring MSM is found in milk, but all of the levels are too low to commercially extract. So all MSM is synthesized for commercial purposes. But as you can see, milk, coffee, tomatoes, beer, corn, alfalfa, and trace quantities in most fruits and vegetables. Next slide, please. So one of the things as we were starting down the path with OptiMSM was, is it bioavailable in humans? So we did this study where we looked at 3 different levels, 1,000 milligrams, 2,000, and 3,000. And then we looked at the levels in the plasma after taking this for 16 weeks. We actually measured it every 4 weeks. And we found, next slide, please. That OptiMSM supplementation did increase plasma MSM concentrations in a dose-dependent manner. And the peak plasma concentrations, I mean, basically we saw that in as soon as 4 weeks. So it maintained pretty steady from 4 weeks out to 16 weeks. So it doesn't really seem to build up. As you're supplementing it, you have it, but it clears out of the body fairly quickly also. So good bioavailability, but if you want to see the effects, you need to continue along with the supplementation. Next slide, please. So as I mentioned previously, MSM supports several health benefits. It is a broad utility ingredient, and basically, so supports an active nutrition, muscle recovery and repair, joint health, which if you're familiar with MSM, that was one of the first things that was really recognized in joint health. It was put in with a lot of other active ingredients such as glucosamine, chondroitin, turmeric, hyaluronic acid. And beauty from within, we know that it also supports skin and hair. I'll be talking a little bit more about that specific subject today. And the reason it has that broad utility is actually, I was talking about the how it supports glutathione. So it provides oxidative balance within the body. It also downregulates markers of inflammation, and also the sulfur and methyl donation. Next slide, please. So as I mentioned, we're going to talk about beauty from within. There are a number of published studies. This is a summary slide that talks about, I think there's 6 different studies listed there, and they show such things as MSM down or reducing skin wrinkles, improving skin firmness, improving skin texture. We also see, hair, positive results in hair and nail condition. So I'm not going to go through all of these, but just plenty of research out there supporting MSM as beauty from within, a great supplement for that. You got to remember that sulfur is a mineral that has been recognized as beauty minerals from antiquity. I mean, that was something even the ancient Romans used to take sulfur baths to support their look. Next slide, please. So how does OptiMSM support skin health? Well, we did a human clinical. In this one, we did double-blind placebo-controlled study where we looked at 3 grams or 3,000 milligrams per day of OptiMSM over a 16-week period. We looked at such things as expert visual grading, and also a global assessment of like crow's feet and fine lines and wrinkles. We looked at skin firmness. Next slide, please. And what we found was that MSM significantly decreased the appearance of crow's feet and fine lines and wrinkles, and it significantly improved skin firmness at 8 weeks and also at 16 weeks. And in this particular study, we also did a so as pixelation of the wrinkles, and that's, you see the blue lines there, and that was a way of actually being able to quantify the wrinkles. So based upon this high resolution photography, and then computer went in and pixelated the wrinkles, and that gave us a way to actually quantify the wrinkles. And as you can see, you get less and less wrinkles over the course of the study. So it showed that OptiMSM actually significantly decreased the appearance of the wrinkles over a 16-week period. Next slide, please. So we also know that sulfur is a critical component of hair, right? So keratin, if you look at the structure of keratin, it's very dependent on the sulfur-sulfur. Again, the disulfide bonds adds the structural integrity, right? So sulfur supports healthy hair by acting as a key structural component. Again, in collagen, as I was talking about, the disulfide bonds help with collagen and make improving the structural integrity of the collagen and keratin. Collagen, we know, is a component of healthy skin that contributes to the maintenance of healthy functions of the scalp. Keratin is a primary structural component of the hair. They both need sulfur to add to that structural integrity. Next slide, please. So we did a human clinical study to look at how OptiMSM supports healthy hair. Well, this was in 41 subjects that were diagnosed by a dermatologist with telogen effluvium hair loss, which is a temporary hair loss. A lot of times that happens from stress, right? So, and we used as little as only 1,000 milligrams per day of OptiMSM over a 120-day period. Now we looked at how the hair growth, so it's actually looking at hair density. That's the hair count in square centimeter, and also we looked at the individual hair diameter, so each strand of hair, what the diameter was. Next slide, please. And what we found was that OptiMSM supplementation significantly improved hair density and significantly improved the hair diameter. So with as you can see there, day 120, we saw a statistically significant difference over the course of the study. Next slide, please. So the importance of MSM for skin and hair, again, OptiMSM is a source of sulfur, 34% sulfur by weight, which is a key component of healthy hair, skin, and nails. Keratin and collagen helps to maintain that healthy hair, skin, and nails, and it's been shown to decrease the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles, improve skin firmness, texture, and elasticity. Next slide, please. So, as Jessica mentioned, and we all are pretty much aware of collagen, and how it's kind of been is a very popular ingredient, and MSM really is great. Should win the Oscar Best Supporting Actor here in going into formulations with collagen. Next slide, please. So collagen is a key structural component of the body, right? Collagen is, you find it in skin, cartilage, muscle, nail, hair, bone. It's very well distributed throughout the human body, but it needs to be, that structural integrity is very important. So the elastin and collagen, that's something that the sulfur, and the disulfide bonds help the collagen actually form better and have better structural integrity. But not only sulfur, vitamin C is another key thing. But with sulfur, what we found is just better results, and we'll go into that as I move into the studies that have been done with MSM and collagen. Next slide, please. So collagen supplementation in and of itself acts to increase the presence of specific immune cells called Treg cells, which have multiple important roles in skin health. It helps with the synthesis of the EMC, or the extracellular matrix, and increases skin turnover by the induction of specific immune cells. Next slide, please. And we know that, and this is actually a slide that highlights the systematic review that was done, a meta-analysis that looked at 26 trials of collagen supplementation in skin health. I think total N was 1,721 subjects, but it pretty much across the board, very consistent. Hydrolyzed collagen supplementation does improve skin hydration and elasticity. And the longer you use it, the better the results, right? So, much better the longer you use it than it's not just, a one and done. You want to continue to use it. Next slide, please. So the way collagen and sulfur, they both are providing building blocks for the skin and hair, right? Collagen and keratin. Again, we go back to the sulfur providing disulfide bonds, which helps the collagen and its structural integrity. Collagen also triggers the immune cell changes, to aid the skin in remodeling. But MSM and sulfur supports the glutathione and the structure and function, which helps to combat oxidative stress and maintain that oxidative balance. So collagen and sulfur together deliver greater improvements for overall skin health together than when they're taken alone. Again, supporting actor, right? Collagen plus MSM. Next slide, please. So here's a couple of studies that have been done on collagen and MSM together. Showed that a decrease in skin wrinkles and an increase in elasticity, and mainly only in the combo group. But we saw skin density, skin elasticity, hydration, texture, skin wrinkles, all improved, and I'll get into that a little bit more in the next slides, please. Next slide, please. All right, how does OptiMSM and collagen support skin health? So in this particular study, we looked at a placebo. So no collagen, no MSM, no vitamin C. Then we did a collagen in a high dose, which had 10 grams of hydrolyzed fish collagen with a little bit of vitamin C, 80 milligrams. Then there was a low dose of collagen, 1.5 at 5 grams, 1.5 grams of MSM with a little bit of vitamin C, and then a high dose of collagen with 1.5 grams of MSM and the vitamin C. Looked at skin density, thickness, skin elasticity, hydration, skin texture, and wrinkles, the volume and depth. Okay, next slide, please. And what we found was with collagen with or without MSM significantly improves skin density and decreases wrinkle depth. And if you look at these, not a real huge difference in overall skin density and wrinkle depth. Next slide, please. But where we really started seeing a difference was look at in the skin roughness and texture. The MSM, along with the collagen, did significantly improve the skin roughness and texture better than just collagen alone. So with MSM and collagen together, we saw significant improvements in multiple aspects of skin health that collagen alone does not provide, and that includes improvements in overall skin thickness, roughness, and hydration. Next slide, please. So collagen supplementation has been shown to improve skin hydration and improve skin elasticity. But when you supplement with both collagen and MSM, it also improves skin thickness, skin roughness and texture, and hydration better than collagen alone. Next slide, please. And at this point, I'll go ahead and turn it back over to Jessica.
Thank you, Rod. So by now you've seen that you can use MSM in your formulation as a standalone product and it's going to deliver great results, but you can also choose to mix it with other ingredients such as collagen. What I'm going to cover now is why I choose OptiMSM versus another MSM. OptiMSM is made in the USA proudly in a single-use facility, which means that the facility in which OptiMSM is made is only producing MSM and nothing else. So there are no cross-contamination whatsoever. Our MSM is the purest on the market because we use a multi-stage distillation process. And I'm going to go in detail over what that means in the next slide. So we have a virtually 100% pure product, which is also very consistent and high quality. Every single batch of OptiMSM is tested. OptiMSM has been made for 35 years in the same facilities, so we have experience in formulating and producing this product, and is backed by a lot of certifications. It is also non-GMO project verified, and we are the only GRAS designated MSM in the US, which is an important seal of quality if you're looking for a brand of MSM. And of course, we are vegan as well. Next slide. OptiMSM is a great product also because also the feedback that we get from customers is that it's easy to formulate with. It's a very stable product and it can go in virtually any type of formulation that you choose. So of course, tablets and capsules, but you can also have liquids. You can use it in powders, you can use it in food, it's water soluble, you can use it in gummies. And the Balchem team is here to help you formulate any ideas that you may have around OptiMSM. So dosage is 1 to 3 grams per day, depending on the claims that you want to have. You can mask it easily with citrus flavors, chocolate and vanilla. And as I mentioned, is water soluble, which is very convenient if you want to have any type of beverages done with OptiMSM odorless, it's stable, and the pH is neutral. And of course, you also have the Balchem quality and support behind it that we offer to help you formulate with ease. When it comes to distillation, I mentioned that we use a 4-step distillation process versus crystallization. We're the only company who is doing that. Crystallization does not guarantee to eliminate all the impurities in the products. When you use crystallization process, you're going to have these crystals being formed, and they can form occlusions, kind of pockets, and trap impurities within the crystals. So contaminants like heavy metals or DMSO can become entrapped in these crystals. When you use distillation, you don't have this type of problem. And the next slide is an illustration of what that means. On the left, you're going to see how distillation, so when you magnify with a microscope 40 times MSM, this is what you're going to see on the left is OptiMSM. On the right, you can see the little inclusions inside the image. These are impurities that can be trapped inside the crystals when you use a crystallization process. So when it comes to MSM, you really have to be careful what you choose, and OptiMSM is the only MSM that guarantees this type of purification system. So here are a few examples of our products that we proudly manufacture with OptiMSM at different brands. So Doctor's Best in the US on the left is the latest product that we've launched with them, with OptiMSM mixed with other products. But you can also have OptiMSM as a standalone product, like the Audio product here, which is a MSM powder. In Europe, this is a Solga brand. This is a very big brand there. It's also existing in the US. You have a formula with MSM, vitamin C, zinc, lysine, with OptiMSM and Albion Minerals. In the US, you have also a product for hair, specifically designed for men, Well Men, which features OptiMSM. And the latest product that we have launched with our partners is Zen Principle with marine collagen and OptiMSM. So it's great leverage on its own, but you can also mix it with a lot of different ingredients, such as, biotin, hyaluronic acid, and of course, collagen. So here at Balchem, not only do we produce OptiMSM, but we also help you formulate and generate ideas. We are constantly looking for new trends to launch the best product on the market. And here are the few concept ideas that we brainstormed. So we have this Beauty Boost, and if you go to the next slide, you can see it's a sachet. So it's a powder featuring 5 grams of collagen, marine collagen, and 1.5 gram of MSM, as well as vitamin C, exactly as we had in the clinical studies that Rod showed earlier. And this shows like a very convenient way of taking, your beauty supplement on the go. It's a sachet that you can put in your bag and take away with you and drink it anytime you want with water. Because as we said, OptiMSM is highly soluble in water. So this is one of the ideas. If you go to the next slide. We also have the same idea, but for beauty shots. As I mentioned, OptiMSM can be formulated in liquid beverages, and you can also have this concept in a shot. So if you go on the next slide, this would be what it looks like. You can have a little syrup with strawberry lime, for example, collagen and MSM, and either drink it alone or mix it with water if you want to drink it during the day, like a nice add-on to your beverages and your hydration. And the last concept we wanted to show you is more specifically for the hair. So here we feature OptiMSM and also orzine bisglycinate from Albion, which is zinc-based glycinate that is up to 50% better absorbed than other zinc forms, and contains 27% fundamental zinc. And this is what it would look like: Liquid Beauty Shot, MSM, and zinc. Strawberry mint flavor. So as a summary, we've seen that OptiMSM is a bioavailable source of sulfur that provides, critical nutrition to support healthy joints, skin, hair, and nails. And when you choose OptiMSM, we have a seal of quality and some scientifically backed solutions for your consumers to improve their joint function and physical function, but also, their beauty and the appearance of wrinkles, improvement in skin texture, very easy to formulate with, and as a standalone or mixed with collagen. And I think this concludes our presentation. So I'm going to hand over to Liz and see if we can help you with any question you have.
Thank you. Great job, Rod and Jessica. Thank you for that. If you have questions, please pop them in the Q&A. We did have a few come through prior, so I'll run through those. Rod, do you mind turning your camera and mic on, please? So the first one is, can we use OptiMSM in topical formations?
Yes, you can. So generally in topical formulation, you'd be talking either like a serum, a lotion, or a cream. MSM does go into those quite well. Generally, when you're doing that, you're talking about an emulsion type product. So best is remember, MSM is water soluble. It is not very soluble in oils. So the best way to do that is take the MSM and dissolve it into the water phase before you do the emulsion. And depending on all of the other ingredients, I wish I could just say, hey, you can put it into a lotion at 15%, but it really depends on what all you have in there, right? Because it's kind of a rob Peter to pay Paul type of thing. If you try it, the more you try to get dissolved in there, it's going to cut it down. But MSM by itself at room temperature, you're talking, you can get roughly around 12 to 15% of MSM generally per weight. So look at the amount of water that's going in, and then, that's how you can put it into lotion or cream or even like a facial serum.
Thanks, Raj. We've got one. Are there markets with regulatory restrictions around MSM with a particular focus on Southeast Asia?
Are you asking?
Yeah. So,
okay.
and if we haven't got all the details, we can come back on that one.
Well, it also depends. Again, I mean, if you're talking for oral, it does go country by country.
Yeah, I think let's talk oral supplements generally. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So that, but then it's oral supplements, and then what kind of claims can you have? Because remember, MSM can be used for exercise recovery. If you're, we're talking about beauty from within, and then there's joint health, and then different regulations in different countries. I know there is one country specifically that we are working on now, doing some studies to try and get beauty from within claims specifically. So you can put it into things in a lot of countries, but the claims that you can make will vary based upon different regulatory. So we have such a broad array of attendees here. I really have to say, it depends on the specific country.
Perhaps we could just talk to the countries we know 100% that MSM sells into, and then the claims can be up to the customer to firm up later. Yeah, so Jessica, do you want to touch on those? So we know it goes into Australia, New Zealand, goes into Japan, Korea.
Yes, Indonesia, Thailand is a work in progress. India, I think most of them besides China.
Cool, thank you. And Rod, you did mention a future study that we're working on. Is there anything else you can tell us about that one?
Well, it is to support kind of skin health. And it first phase is completed. Results look really good. That was an in vitro study, and now we're moving into in vivo, and then that goes well, we'll be moving into human clinical, and hopefully within about 18 months, we'll have all of that data compiled and it published in the public domain to support a claim, anti-aging type wrinkle reduction claim in Asia. So
Very good. And I know we touched on it a little bit, but can we just go over again the other aspects of health that OptiMSM can help with other than beauty?
So actually in most of the countries that it's being sold in, it's recognized as a joint health ingredient. That's what it's been on the market and where it started. And then, like for instance, hair. And one of the things that drove us to doing this hair studies that we now have is because of the fact that we were getting a lot of anecdotal reports. People saying, "Yeah, I've been taking this for my joint health, and boy, I've never had so. My hair grows so fast, I have to go to the beauty salon more often and whatnot." So that it's kind of why that's now coming up. We're finding anecdotal evidence a lot of times from people taking it to support joint health has led us to some of these other areas. So and
Thank you. And one more question around the method of analysis for the studies that were done on the skin that with the collagen. So what was the method of analysis for the studies that provided the hydration thickness and elasticity? And I think they were covered on a slide, so perhaps we could share those after.
yeah, that might be
Might be easier.
Yeah, because I can't remember exactly the name of the instrumentation. And actually, in one of the slides, there was, or in the study where we actually did a threefold. So there was instrumentation utilized. There was also expert clinical grading. So that wasn't necessarily, but there a dermatologist is looking at it he's a licensed dermatologist as the expert, and then we also had subject self-assessment. So it was kind of a threefold on how does my skin feel. And the interesting thing was that in that we had some of the highest or the greatest difference and improvement actually showed in the subject self-assessment, which is really kind of what you want, right? Because if that's how you get repeat business. If you can have improvement, but if the customers don't really register or recognize it themselves, they're not very apt to go out and buy it as if they're seeing improvement themselves, right? So
Yeah, I think it's important to add also, and I don't know if that was a question, but for skin hydration, thickness, and elasticity, we use probes and instruments like photometers. So it's really like a scientific way of, analyzing in a very objective way how the skin reacts after taking OptiMSM.
and this deck's going to be available after this, right?
Yeah, I think we can make that happen. Yep.
Yeah.
And then just one other question. Is there any evidence for 500 milligrams a day being effective for skin health? Do we have any research on that one?
Not down that low. No, 1,000 milligrams is the lowest that we went on that. and that was
Right.
standalone and then also in conjunction with collagen.
Very good. I think that is all the questions. I'm just bouncing between the chat and the Q&A. So yes, we can make the deck available, and you're also welcome to reach out to any of us if you need further help. I would like to thank everybody for attending. Thanks very much to Rod and Jessica for presenting, and also to Kelly for her support behind the scenes. Yeah, really welcome any questions or inquiries about OptiMSM or anything we've covered today in future. Thank you very much. Just going to end the event now.